Hi people, it's me Anja, my pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel. First things first, please don't forget to be donating to Palestine. The link to donate is in my description box. Please continue to be donating to Palestine because supporting Palestine and standing in solidarity with the Palestinians is so much more important than anything else right now, especially book recommendations. So yeah. Second is that when you're watching this video, it will be July, and if you didn't know, July is Disability Pride Month, which is so exciting for me as a disabled person. Yay me! So anyway, today's video is a part 2 to my favorite books with the disabled main characters, and I will link part 1 that I did last year in the description below. So anyway, the first book on this list is called The Silence Between Us. This book is a YA contemporary and follows a young deaf high schooler who goes to a healing school for the first time. This book is absolutely so good. First of all, I really enjoyed it. This book was one of my favorites last year because I really enjoyed, first of all, the disability representation. We love to see it. Second of all, the main character is such a lovely, well-developed, distinct main character, and I love her. Third of all, I could really relate to the ableism featured in this story, and it was done so well. I believe that this book is own voices as well, so we love to see it. This book is so good. It's absolutely so good, and it absolutely deserves so much more hype, but all of the hype that it has too. I don't know if that made any sense, but essentially this book is so good. It's absolutely so good. The plot was so intriguing. The romance is so cute. This book is so good and absolutely deserves all of its hype and so much more, which is what I was trying to say earlier. But anyway, essentially, this book is so excellent, and I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called What the Stars Are Made Of. This book is a middle-grade contemporary following a young girl who has Turner syndrome, and she is navigating 7th grade. This book is so good. First of all, Libby, the main character, is such a wonderful, lovely, resilient main character, and I really felt for her. You know what I mean? Like, I was so emotionally attached to her, and I just really loved her voice. She is such a wonderful, well-developed, three-dimensional, distinct main character, and I love her. The plot was so intriguing as well. I was so emotionally invested into this story. This author is so good. She is so talented at writing such a wonderful, well-developed world with a wonderful, intriguing plot with such a wonderful, well-developed main character. This story is so good, and it's so underrated, and for fucking what? This book is so good. It is so absolutely so awesome. It has great disability representation. We love to see it. The main character is such a wonderful character. The plot is so intriguing. The story is so good. It is so good, and it's so wholesome, and it's so lovely, and it's so wonderful. So with that, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Sick Kids in Love. This book is another YA contemporary that follows a young girl with a chronic illness who has typically sworn off dating because it's so much easier for the other person until she finds a boy who also has a chronic illness, and they're kind of in the same boat. So we love to see it. This book is so good. Again, similarly to The Silence Between Us, this book was one of my favorites last year, which says a lot since I had 20 favorite books in 2020, coincidentally. But anyway, this book was so good. First of all, the disability representation is top notch. It was so wonderful, and it was so lovely. Second of all, the romance is so cute, and it's so fluffy, and it's so lovely, and it's so wonderful. Third of all, the characters were so well developed and distinct, and I really enjoyed them. I loved every single element of this book because it was so good. I was kind of afraid that this book wouldn't live up to its hype, but it absolutely did. This book deserves all of its hype and so much more because it's absolutely so good. I absolutely loved this book because it was absolutely so good. I've said the word absolutely so many times, but anyway, this book was so good. It was so wonderful and it was so lovely, and I really enjoyed it. So with that, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Gilded Wolves. This book is a YA fantasy book, and one of the main characters, Sophia, is autistic. We love to see it. But anyway, this book is literally so good. All of the characters are so well developed and distinct. I literally love them all, but Sophia is my favorite because I love her. She is such an intelligent, brilliant, well developed, distinct character, and I absolutely love her literally so much. I'm so excited to read from her perspective again in the third book in this trilogy, which when you're watching this video, it comes out in 2 months, I think. I'm pre-filming this video at the very end of May, so I can't quite remember the release date for the third book in this trilogy. But anyway, this trilogy is literally so good, and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. In addition to Sophia, who is such a wonderful, well-developed character, all the other characters are also so great. I love them so much. The plot is so intriguing in this book, and it's done literally so well. I was so invested in this book every single step of the way because the world building is so immersive and it's so wonderful. This author is so talented. I haven't really said the synopsis of this book because I feel like I don't really need to, since this book is literally so popular, but it literally deserves all its hype and so much more because it's absolutely so wonderful. So like I said before, Sophia, the autistic main character in this book, is such a wonderful, well-developed, distinct character, as all her counterparts as well. So we love to see it. This book literally deserves all of its hype and so much more. So clearly I would highly recommend it. And like I said, I'm so excited for the third book in this trilogy because I'm so excited to dive back into this world again with these characters, but especially Sophia because she is my favorite. So anyway, please go read this book, and please just go read it because it's absolutely so incredible. So anyway, I highly recommend this book. Next book on this list is another more underrated book, and it is The Never Tilting World. This book is YA fantasy, and it follows a cast of wonderful characters, one of which is disabled. We love to see it. This book is so good. Anyway, they band together because 2 of them are determined to fix the world that their parents have broken. This book is literally so good, and it also has so many other added elements of diversity in it. Like I said, there are 4 main characters. One of them is disabled, 2 of them are sapphic, and I think that they're all people of color. So we love to see it. This book is literally so good, and it's so underrated, and for what? It is so absolutely so awesome, and I really enjoyed it. All of the main characters are so well developed and distinct. We love to see it. Second of all, I love the romances. Like I mentioned, one of the romances is sapphic. We love to see it. This book is so good. The plot is so intriguing. The world building is so well done, and it's so awesome. This book is also the first in a duology, and the sequel was also quite solid. This duology is so underrated, and for fucking what? This book is so good. It's absolutely so good, and I would highly recommend it because this author is so underrated and their writing is so wonderful. So anyway, I would clearly highly recommend this book because it's absolutely so awesome. The last book on this list, but certainly not the least, is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This book is YA fantasy, and it's definitely the most popular on this list, so I feel like I don't really need to explain the synopsis of this book. We all know that Kaz Blecker is a king, and I love him. He is the disabled main character of this book, and all of the characters are so well developed and distinct. This book is literally so good. Leigh Bardugo is literally a genius, and I love her. I love all of her books, but Kaz Blecker is one of my favorite characters ever developed by her. You know what I mean? Like, he embodies such strength, and I love that his disability was never seen as some sort of weakness in this world. You know what I mean? Like, literally, the disability rep shown through his character was so wonderful, and it's so lovely, and we love to see it. This book is so good, and it definitely deserves all of its hype and so much more. Like I said before, Leigh Bardugo is a genius, and I love her. The way that she crafts such wonderful characters is so cool, and it's so amazing, because literally all 6 of them were so distinct and well developed. The romances are so cute, the plot is so intriguing, and her world building is so top notch. We love to see it. Leigh Bardugo is such an icon and such a genius and such a wonderful person too. So anyway, clearly I would highly recommend this book, because I think that this book deserves all of its hype and so much more. We love to see it. So anyway, I would highly recommend this book. So in conclusion, even though I am a disabled person myself and I have 5 diagnosed disabilities, I can only speak on the representation shown in these books to an extent, since not every disabled person is exactly the same. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the frog emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video.